Welcome to Headphone News, Montreal edition for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024.
Leadership Racine Projet Montréal. Gracia Kasoki-Katawa, a former nurse, and Maya Vodanovic are both running for the leadership of Projet Montreal, a political party in Montreal, Canada. This announcement comes after Valérie Plante decided not to seek re-election. The election is scheduled for March 2025. Gracia aims to improve healthcare, while Maya plans to focus on transportation projects, including the Pink Line and a cargo tram system. This election will significantly impact key issues like healthcare and public transportation in Montreal.
Quebec flooding aftermath and government response. Severe flooding hit southern Quebec, Canada, on August 9 and 10, 2023, due to Hurricane Debby. The storm brought about 6 inches of rain to Montreal, causing significant damage. Nearly 10,000 people applied for financial aid from the Quebec government, but only around 720 requests, or about 7%, have been approved. Many residents reported losses of about 45,000 Canadian dollars, which is roughly $33,000 US. The Insurance Bureau of Canada estimates that total insured damages are close to 2.5 billion Canadian dollars, or about 1.84 billion US, making this the most expensive weather event in Quebec's history. Frustration is growing among residents, as the government has only compensated about 24 million Canadian dollars, around 17.6 million US. Many homeowners feel left behind because the Disaster Financial Assistance Program has strict rules that often exclude damages from sewer backups. People are calling for better disaster response and stronger infrastructure, especially as climate change leads to more severe weather events.
Levana Ballouz found guilty of murder. Levana Ballouz, a 38-year-old woman from Longueuil, Quebec, Canada, has been found guilty of killing her spouse and their 2 young children. The jury reached this verdict on December 16, 2024. Ballouz faced charges related to the deaths that occurred in 2022. She was found guilty of second-degree murder for the death of her wife, Cynthia Boussières, who was also 38, and first-degree murder for the deaths of their sons, 5-year-old Eliam and 2-year-old Zach. The prosecution argued that Ballouz stabbed Boussières over 20 times and suffocated the children. During the trial, which lasted more than a month, Ballouz represented herself. She now faces a life sentence in prison without parole for 25 years or more. This tragic case highlights the serious issue of domestic violence, affecting many families and reminding us of the urgent need for better support systems for those facing domestic crises.
Davis Cup Qualifier. Canada vs. Hungary. Montreal's IGA Stadium in Canada will host a thrilling Davis Cup qualifier between Canada and Hungary on February 1st and 2nd, 2024. This exciting international tennis competition will follow a format where the first team to win 3 matches advances. The winning team moves on to the next round, while the losing team drops to the first tier of international competition. Canada, currently ranked 3rd, won the championship for the first time in 2022, while Hungary is ranked 22nd. In their last match, Canada triumphed over South Korea with a score of 3-1, but they faced a loss against Germany last month in Malaga, Spain. Fans are encouraged to rally behind their teams, as national pride is on the line.
Montreal police seek help in senior scam case. Montreal City Police are asking for your help to find a woman involved in a scam targeting seniors in Verdun, a borough of Montreal, Canada. This woman, in her 20s, reached out to victims by phone, pretending to be a police officer. She informed them about deceitful transactions and instructed them to place their bank cards in an envelope for collection. Then, she acted as if she were a representative. The suspect is described as 5 feet 3 inches tall, with long dark brown hair and a tattoo on her right hand. At the time, she was wearing a black jacket, black pants, and beige shoes. This type of fraud preys on at-risk seniors. The police urge anyone with information to reach out or call 911. It's important for the community to stay aware and protect seniors from scams.
Montreal Housing Trust Initiative to combat homelessness. A new housing trust has been created in Montreal, Canada, to help people at risk of becoming homeless. This initiative, announced on December 16, 2024, is a partnership between Acul Bonneau and the Federation of Non-Profit Housing Organizations of Montreal. The trust will manage funds specifically for rent payments to support participants. To qualify, individuals must be at least 18 years old and either receive or be eligible for public assistance. This announcement comes after the sad death of a 55-year-old man without a home, highlighting the urgent need for support. The project is funded by the Integrated Health and Social Services University Network for the Central South of the island of Montreal. The Housing Trust aims to provide stability for at-risk populations during the cold winter months.
Contamination concerns at Northvolt site in Quebec. Toxic materials are spilling into the Richelieu River from the Northvolt site in Quebec, Canada. Environmental groups report that levels of harmful chemicals, known as PAHs, in water and sediment samples are 8 times higher than safe levels. This pollution poses serious health risks for local communities and wildlife. The copper red horse fish, which is unique to this area, is especially threatened by these dangerous substances. Groups are calling for urgent government action to conduct toxic tests and establish a water treatment system. This situation highlights the need for companies to prioritize environmental protection and sustainability.
Investigation into death of homeless man in Montreal. A 55-year-old homeless man was found dead on Sunday morning, December 16, 2024, in Place Simon-Valois, in the Hochelaga-Maisonneuve borough of Montreal, Canada. Emergency responders took him to a hospital, where he was declared dead. The coroner's office has started an investigation, and early reports suggest that hypothermia might have caused his death. Mayor Pierre Lessard-Blaise called this incident a tragic reminder of the persistent homelessness issue in Montreal. Recent statistics show that thousands of people are experiencing homelessness in the city. The mayor emphasized the urgent need for action to provide housing and assistance programs to prevent further tragedies.
Power outage in Montreal. Montreal, a city in Canada, is facing a power outage that has left over 1,000 homes in the Saint-Michel neighborhood without electricity for 48 hours. Families are struggling to stay warm in the cold winter weather. Hydro-Quebec, the public utility company, is working hard to restore power and hopes to have it back on within the next 24 hours. Warming centers have opened to provide shelter for residents. The cause of the outage is not known, but winter conditions often lead to higher energy demand and equipment failures. This situation shows how important reliable infrastructure is during severe weather.
Montreal's affordable housing initiative, Montreal, a city in Canada, is set to acquire around 30 apartment buildings in the Côte-de-Neige neighborhood. This initiative aims to secure over 700 housing units at a cost of about 100 million Canadian dollars, which is roughly 76 million US dollars. The project addresses the urgent need for affordable housing for at-risk families. Mayor Valérie Plante emphasized that this investment will help protect residents and tackle the ongoing housing crisis. The Montreal Municipal Housing Office is in charge of the project and will inspect the buildings. This investment reflects a growing trend in urban areas facing similar housing challenges.
Promising new drug K884 for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Researchers at McGill University in Montreal, Canada, have shared exciting news about a new drug called K884. This investigational drug shows promise in treating Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or DMD, a rare genetic disorder that affects 1 in every 5,000 boys worldwide. DMD leads to serious muscle deterioration and often results in reliance on a wheelchair. K884 improves the natural healing abilities of muscle stem cells, allowing them to develop into usable muscle tissue. Importantly, the drug focuses on damaged cells without harming healthy ones. This study challenges previous beliefs about the disorder and highlights the importance of restoring muscle function. If successful, K884 could greatly enhance the quality of life for many patients. The research team plans to continue testing the drug to evaluate its long-term effects and safety.
Impact of climate change on Canadian winters. cities in Canada are losing as many as 19 days of winter activities because of climate change. Over the past decade, warmer weather has resulted in fewer days below freezing. Common winter activities like skiing and skating are disappearing, often replaced by rain and melting snow. Major cities affected include Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and Calgary. This loss poses a serious threat to local businesses that depend on winter tourism. It's crucial that we take immediate action to address climate change and protect our communities.
Montreal Fundraiser for Displaced People in Lebanon. On December 16, 2024, 20 bakers in Montreal, Canada, came together for a heartfelt charity event to support over 1 million displaced people in Lebanon. The event was led by Maysam Sameha, a food and travel writer. The ongoing fighting between Israel and Hezbollah has caused significant loss of life and forced many to leave their homes, with more than 3,900 reported dead, many of whom were ordinary civilians. During the event, participants generously donated money to Arsensiel, a charitable organization in Lebanon, in exchange for delicious baked goods. The Lebanese pound has lost much of its value, making it hard for displaced individuals to meet their essential needs. This community effort highlights how we can unite and show compassion during difficult times.
Upcoming road closures in Montreal, Canada. Montreal, Canada, will have road closures on Highway 25 overnight from December 18th to 19th for important repairs. The ramp from Highway 40, westbound to Highway 25, southbound will also be closed. During the week of December 16th, there will be no blockages in the Louis-Hippolyte-Lafontaine Tunnel. Repair work on this tunnel will pause for the holiday season from December 23rd to January 5th. Highway 25 southbound will be fully closed between Exit 6 and the entrance from Sherbrooke Street East from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Entrances will shut down 30 minutes before the highway closes. The Louis-Hippolyte-Lafontaine Tunnel towards the South Shore will remain open. Additionally, the Anjou interchange will close the ramp from Highway 40, westbound to Highway 25 southbound. Highway 25 northbound will also be entirely closed between Exit 5 and the entrance from Yves Prévost Boulevard. These closures may change due to weather conditions or problems affecting operations, so travelers should prepare in advance to avoid delays.
Montreal Youth Centre's holiday celebration for seniors. On December 16, 2024, Love, a non-profit organization in Montreal, Canada, hosted a joyful holiday celebration to bring young people together with older adults living in affordable housing. The event took place at Habitations de Rocher, a facility dedicated to providing accessible homes for seniors. Activities included a fun bingo game that encouraged everyone to interact, along with a photography display featuring 30 images chosen from over 500 taken by youth throughout the year. The theme of the exhibit was identity, allowing participants to share their stories and experiences. Attendees expressed their appreciation for the chance to connect and engage with one another. Events like this are vital for reducing loneliness among seniors and fostering understanding between different age groups, ultimately strengthening the bonds within the community.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's Headphone News. News Summary brought to you by AI.